For anyone who is just joining, we are in Canton, Mass, outside DA Morrissey's office. In a little bit, we're going to be walking around the building. We're sort of making sure he knows we're here. But for anybody who doesn't know, DA Michael Morrissey, he is the district attorney for Norfolk County here in Massachusetts. During the events that occurred, the Just on Route case and the Sandra Birchmore case. All of the... Oh, hey! How you doing? Good, thanks.
I'm going to hand you over to Dina.
Here we go. We all know that I don't write speeches down because I'm terrible at it. But first off, I want to thank everybody here because all of you guys have become family, all of us to each other. We've spent, 3 years, let's just say, together protesting, giving stuff up, and fighting the good fight. And what started off as like learning about stuff has become fighting the good fight. And what started off as like learning about stuff has become signs like this, where it's not one person, it's multiple people. And that's really sad that we're here doing this in front of this office, and this office is responsible for the people's faces on these banners and signs and everything. It's disgusting. As a resident of Massachusetts, I'm horrified. Because we grow up, you're supposed to respect your police, you're supposed to trust them. We raise our children and say, if you're ever lost, go find a police officer. He's gonna help you. Well, here in Norfolk County, we know that's bullshit. Because you can't who's a bad police officer, which is sad. Because there's plenty of good police officers out there. But right now we're fighting because we want, say it again, we're a huge puzzle, and every single piece, say it again, we're a huge puzzle, and every single piece, every single one of you a piece of that puzzle. The puzzle is no good if we're missing a piece. So all of us deserve like ground laws of what you've all given up. Especially I want to say to the people of Canton. Sometimes we forget that these people live here in this county, and they have gone through holy hell trying to keep their voices out there for everyone to know. On that note, we are just about ready to free Karen Reed. Yeah. We know anyone with half a brain knows that there's reasonable doubt. Anybody out there. And the world's watching this. And they're all looking at the same thing. The defense had a great week with the doctors and the experts that testified. So we're confident. She's going to walk out of there free of those charges. But this all gathered because Aiden reported on it and brought it out to the light, and that's what made us all gather here and fight for the good fight. So, but when Karen is free of these charges, we need to make sure that they don't forget we're not going anywhere, because we then have to seek justice for these charges. We need to make sure that they don't forget we're not going anywhere, because we then have to seek justice for Boston police officer John O'Keefe. And because we then have to seek justice for Boston police officer John O'Keefe. And then we have Sam God about John, he was lost in this. No, he wasn't. But we only have two arms. We only have one heart. We have to put 110% out there, almost like one at a time, because you sacrifice so much. So nobody is forgotten. And that's why they all put together this, because you know what? Together we are stronger. These mountains, I mean, we've seen what we can do as a whole unit. So I just want to say, don't give up. Don't give up. Keep on fighting, because they're hoping when this is over with Karen, that we walk away and we're going to be silent. And I just want to say, oh, fuck no, we're not. We're not going anywhere, people. We're stronger. The world's watching. They're going to join in, and we're not giving up till that fat ass in this office is gone. One. I want to see the people, that police officers that perjured themselves on that stand should be held accountable. And that's another thing we got to fight for.
Yep.
Everybody's got to do FOIAs and everything. Get all the information that you can. We all became enlightened in all of this, and it's really important. And all I got to say is I love all of you. I got your back. I know you all got my back. And we just got to stay stronger and stay with this and help one another. And it's important. So we ain't got no quit.
You're fine. You didn't get held up.
Thank you so much, Tina. I couldn't agree more. Next up, taking a break from her wedding planning to make her way out here today, is a person who really spends so much time behind the scenes of this movement, organizing events and raising funds and everything else. I truly am in awe of everything she's been able to accomplish. Here she is, Deanna Corby.
Hi. All right, I'm going to do short and sweet because I'm not a good speaker. Just because we're going to hear not guilty, not guilty, not guilty soon doesn't mean that our work's done. There's a lot of victims of this office right here and beyond. And Aiden's got a long road ahead of him too, so we have to support him. Sandra, Justin. So I really have, and I'm so proud of all of you guys, and we're going to keep going. And so I really have, and I'm so proud of all of you guys, and we're going to keep going, and we're not going to stop. Yep.
I'm fast. You got to keep up with me. All right. All right. Next up, we have our friend, former Canton police officer Peter Murphy. He's going to come up and say a few words. Sergeant Peter Murphy, if I'm correct, right?
Thanks, man. How you doing? Boat ready. All right, I'm going to make this even shorter than shorter. So I just want to say that for the fact of this microphone in hand. All right, I'm going to make this even shorter than shorter. So I just want to say that for the fact of this microphone in hand, this mic could be in anybody's hand right here. Anybody's hand in their hand up unless it's Adam, Canton. Okay, we've all been in it. No IT. We're all in it. It's said, and it's been brought up, and Deanna just said it. God pray that Karen gets exonerated Friday afternoon and gets this case dismissed. Well, not guilty.
Amen.
Not guilty.
Yep.
All right? But as you said, I draw third-party culprits because this whole case ain't over until they go to jail and they go to prison. And the reason that they've been out on the street for 3 years and Karen and us have been together in this fight is because of that meatball upstairs. And it doesn't stop with just Karen. Of course, in John, we've got just en route. We've got Sandra and her baby that was never born. Mm-hmm. We've got a case with Sandra. I want to speak to Sandra's case because I think that's the next one we're going to have to deal with. We've got Fowler in federal prison right now, or federal holding. Yeah. Right? And that's a great spot for him. And yep. I think what we need to do is energize everything against him, Maura Healey, the state of Massachusetts, and go after the Sandra Birchmore case in big power and get that going. That's going to be our next target. And let's hope we can do that. And we've got Justin Root, which I was a police officer. There's no way you can justify 15 rounds at the hospital and then another 31 at Chestnut Hill. Doesn't happen. You had an EMT over him trying to give him, first aid. She said he didn't have a gun in his hand, he wasn't a threat, and they put 31 rounds in him. And he said, no problem. Big problem. And, I've tried to keep a lid on things for the last 3 years as far as my emotions. But God damn it, I'm pissed off.
He was executed!
Yes, he was. And he sanctioned it. And now we got Enrique up at Mass State Police Academy. What's it, 10 months? Somebody give me a number. How many months is it?
10 months.
Yeah. in a police department with police officers all around. And where's Maura Healy? Where's this? Where's that? Where's the Attorney General? Are you kidding me? Somebody said there can be a grand jury. Well, let's move it along fast, kids. We have a big event, possibly. Izzy's is aware of this, coming up Saturday as far as this idiot's concerned. It's Flag Day, and it's also 400-year anniversary in Quincy, for the city of Quincy. And I believe the parade starts at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. We've had a bunch of the people from the movement consider going down there for that. We can put that together over the next couple of days and see if we can recruit some people for it. I think it would be great if we could put 100 people down there all along the route while he marches with all his meatball politicians. And we're just not in a group, because then it would be isolated. We're going to spread out the whole goddamn parade route and let him atone, or stop him atone. We got to get him out of office, vote, support the candidates that run against him. We got to put pressure on somewhere here in the state to get him thrown out or indicted or in prison.
Yeah.
Right? So, I just want to again thank everybody for their unity and solidarity over the last couple of years, standing together and trying to get justice for the victims that we're talking about. And I'm going to end it with that. And thank you, and stay strong. We ain't got no quit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Peter. And speaking of the Sandra Birchmore case, we have Mizzy.
Woo!
And if you don't know Mizzy,
You will.
I'm sure you've seen her around, but if you haven't, Mizzy almost single-handedly at the beginning of this Birchmore case never gave up and continued to bring attention to the horrific murder of Sandra Birchmore when everyone else said it was a suicide and that there was nothing to see there. Mizzy steadfastly believed and stood up for her friend, and here she is.
How's everyone doing?
Hey, Mizzy.
So, we are here because this motherfucker doesn't know how to do his job. He continues to let police who do wrong skate. Matthew Farrell was on the streets for 3.5 years before the FBI took him off the streets. Why did they have to come and step in? This man could have arrested him for even just the abuse of Sandra Birchmore, or even just the time theft. At least you would have got him off the streets. But no, you left a predator and a monster on the streets so he could victimize other people. No, you left a predator and a monster on the streets so he could victimize other people. And I do know one girl who was victimized for, wow, every direction we can. Because we can't let up. They think when Karen is every direction we can. Because we can't let up. They think when Karen is free, we're gonna walk away. I'm not away. Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you?
No.
Are you? Wait, let's tell them. Are you guys gonna walk away?
No!
I don't think he heard you. Are you guys gonna walk away?
No!
Aaron is framed. Sandra was murdered. And Stone was executed. John O'Keefe executed.
Yes, yes.
We all don't. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. And I want to thank Jen and Deanna for helping me do this. Fuckers. I was like, I'm messaging Jen, and Jen was, I was like, when do you get back from vacation? She's like, Tuesday. Or was it Tuesday? Tuesday. I was like, all right, get ready, because we're going to plan something. Because we've been talking about it for a while. Because we can't quit. We cannot let up. And we need to continue doing this. We need to keep spreading the word. We need to keep telling our friends and family so they understand the impact this man has had on lives. The people of Hampton can't walk away from this. The repercussions of John O'Keefe and Karen Reed and Sandra Birchmore are going to live with Canton for a long time to come. And we need to support them. So let's tell them one more. Son was executed.
Just John was executed.
John O'Keefe was executed.
John O'Keefe was executed.
And they all deserve
Thank you, Mizzy. You touched on working together, and I have heard nobody espouse the ideals of being stronger together better than our next speaker. You heard about her brother Justin Root's case, and I'm going to invite Jen Root up to say a few words. And I have to say, Jen Root, as I always say every time, is the sister that we all want to have. Yeah. Throughout this, I feel like she's become all of our sisters. So I want to.
Well, this is what people power looks like. Well, this is what people power looks like. This is what stronger together looks like. And for those people who are watching, come join us. If you can't, keep sharing, because we have to really ramp up. We got a big fight, a big road ahead of us. Justice is sharing, because we have to really ramp up. We got a big fight, a big road ahead of us. Justice is really hard to get with all these people. This is what stronger together looks like. And for those people who are watching, come join us. If you can't, keep sharing, because we have to really ramp up. We got a big fight, a big road ahead of us. Justice is sharing, because we have to really ramp up. We got a big fight, a big road ahead of us. Justice is really hard to get with all these people who are ignoring us. So just wanted to say that today we stand for justice, the same network of silence, protection, and cover-up. The same district attorney, same investigators, same protection of police, and same refusal to tell the truth. Same protection. Hey, can you? I'll just fly away with that silence flag. Each case is different, but they all share one undeniable thread. Investigators Proctor, Fanning, Buchanan, Garino, and others, operating within a justice system that protects power over people. We're here to say no more.
No more.
Waits for the truth and still waits for justice. His case too involves the Massachusetts State Police and demands the same accountability as we too involves the Massachusetts State Police and demands the same accountability as we seek here today.
Amen.
Amen.
Yep.
Just want everyone to know. Just want everyone to know that, like Michael Morrissey's, I can't even say it's investigation, okay? Because I wouldn't even call any of this stuff that they've done an investigation, but they completed Justin's in 30 days. Happened. I know that it was over that day. There's been no charges, no accountability, and the truth was buried and the one-sided self-serving narrative was told about my brother. I'm never letting them get away with the lies they told about my brother. I'm never letting them. No justice, no peace. And so today we say, Michael Morrissey, you don't get to hide behind your desk. He does not get to hide behind the walls of this building, behind our tax dollars. He answers to the public. He answers to us. He has not answered, so he should resign.
Yes.
We are not going away. We are not backing down. We are stronger than your silence, and we're stronger than your corruption. And we are stronger together, and we are just one.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jen. All right, before we march around the building, I'm going to wrap it up. My name's Jason Broyles. Some of you may know me better as Not Haley Walbrecht on Twitter. And it's the most fitting username ever because, indeed, I am not Haley Walbrecht. I am an independent journalist and an advocate for victims and frequent commentator on cases like all of the ones that we're here talking about today. And on November 13th, I stood in this very spot and called on Michael Morrissey to resign. Today, the second Karen Read trial is coming to an end, likely with an acquittal. And here I am again today, still calling on District Attorney Morrissey to resign. I'm here to say on behalf of all of you people and the thousands of people watching from home, we're not going to stop. We will come back as many times as we need to until the people of Norfolk County can live knowing that they don't have to fear their government if somebody more powerful comes along. Last time we were calling on him to do the right thing and dismiss the charges, and did he? No. No. Instead, he brought in the slimiest lawyer that he could find in Hank Brennan to make a further mockery of the criminal justice system in Norfolk County. Has he ever done the right thing?
No.
No. He hasn't. And in fact, the only consistent thing he's ever done is the wrong thing. He did the wrong thing in response to the murder of Officer John O'Keefe by charging Karen Read. He did the wrong thing by covering for the killer cop Farwell in the Sandra Birchmore case. He did the wrong thing when covering for the Boston police as they executed a helpless and dying just en route on the ground. And he did the wrong thing when pursuing Aiden Carney for allegedly violating a bogus restraining order and exercising his First Amendment rights. And he covered up for the criminal state troopers who entered into a conspiracy to arrest and jail Carney, simply to shut him up and prevent him from bringing his own misdeeds and the misdeeds of the corrupt troopers like Michael Proctor, Yuri Buchanan, and the puppet master corrupt state police lieutenant Brian Tully.
Yep.
As long as he can protect them, it doesn't matter who else pays the price. You know, we met a new victim of Norfolk County prioritizing prosecuting journalists and covering up for dirty cops instead of just going after criminals, just today on the steps of the courthouse at Dedham while attending the sham trial of Aiden Carney. A violent criminal predator had his case dismissed while we watched a dinosaur corrupt former judge, Robert Cosgrove, demonstrate that he doesn't even understand what hearsay is. It's shameful. I'd like to take a minute to thank each and every one of you, not just here, but in Dedham, in downtown Canton, and online across the world, and the standouts that we're doing. This isn't a moment, it's a movement. Without us, the media would simply read the press releases that were issued by the police or the district attorney, and everyone would just believe that Sandra Birchmore killed herself, or that just en route was a threat while he was lying helpless on the ground, or that Karen Read killed John O'Keefe and that Enrique Delgado Garcia died of a tragic accident. Today we know better, and we can all be here demanding the much-needed accountability from the very people who are supposed to protect us, just like the people that work in this building behind us. Now, I stole that from my previous speech, but it means exactly the same thing today as it did then. These are the people who need to be held accountable for the decisions that they make, and instead, not only aren't they held accountable, but they're not holding anybody else accountable too, either. So today we stand together. It's time for justice for Sandra Birchmore, for just en route, for Enrique Delgado Garcia, and for John O'Keefe, and for all of the other victims and their families who are victims of not just the people who are committing the crimes, but the people who are supposed to protect them from the people who are committing the crimes. I also, sorry, I lost my place a minute here. I'm going to slide back up. We also want to let you know it's time to free Karen Read, right? We're about to do that. It's time to free Aiden Carney. I don't care if you like Aiden Carney. He's a controversial figure, and sometimes he says some things that piss people off. Sometimes he says things that piss me off. But at the end of the day, he's standing in courtroom on trial as a result of Lieutenant Tully conspiring with Kate Peter, Lindsay Gaetani, and Leah Gendusa, a former Massachusetts State Police officer, to jail him to prevent him from uncovering their own misdeeds. But most of all, it's time to send a message that we the people won't rest until the truth is told. It's time to tell the truth. It's time for Michael Morrissey to resign. And it's time right now for us to march around the building and let them know. So let's go.
Do we have a chant?
Everyone pick up a sign. You know, last time we were here, Dina kind of led the pack around the building, and I really liked it. So I think it's time for Dina to do that again.
Can we just grab
So let's
one of
have Dina lead the pack around the building. We have a little bullhorn, don't we? Something we can bring with us?
Are you live? Yeah. But I'll take that one. All right. Yeah, just let me just here.
Oh my goodness, it's a little chihuahua. Hi, baby. Hi, pretty baby. Oh, I love chihuahuas so much. All right. Morrissey, resign. Morrissey, resign.
Get your big fat ass out of that office. We are tired of your corrupt bullshit. We're tired of you covering for the disgraceful mass police that do all these investigations and hide what really goes on. Morrissey, resign.
Morrissey, resign. Morrissey, resign. Morrissey, resign.
We're not going anywhere.
Morrissey, resign.
We ain't got no quit. We ain't got no quit, and we're not going to give up until we get the answers for Justin Root, for Enrique Delgado Garcia, for the death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe. We're here because Karen Reed will be freed of these charges. You hear that, you big fat ass?
Yes, fuck!
Her charges, she's going to be not guilty. And then your back's going to be against the wall, Morrissey, because it's all going to get exposed. You hired that rat bastard. That's right, I said it, that rat bastard is a special DA to come in here to cover up your big fat ass mess. And we've had enough of it. We the people are tired. We want you to resign. Morrissey,
resign. Morrissey, resign. Morrissey, resign. Morrissey, resign.
You hear that, people? No one's giving
I didn't see
up.
him.
This movement is getting
There's
bigger
Momo's
and
fucking
bigger.
van right there, right?
The world is watching what you have done. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. You bad police officers, you bad troopers. You're a disgrace to the good ones. Do you hear that?
Tomorrow afternoon, prick!
We want the good police officers, we want the good troopers, and we want your rotten, stinking son of a bitch of a corrupt police officers out the door. Along with you, they can carry your big fat ass right out the door. You should resign while you can hide up there. That's right, Michael Morrissey is a big fat piece of shit. Yuri, where are you, Bukaki?
Yuri! This is your time, bitch!
You guys can threaten us. You guys can harass us. I mean, come on now, Lizzie Brockton. Call people's jobs to try to get them fired. We know you're up there. We're not going anywhere. This is it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So you can hire rat bastards like fucking Hank Brennan, but it ain't going to matter. He's a disgrace. You're a disgrace, Morrissey. Morrissey, resign.
Morrissey, resign. Morrissey, resign.
Morrissey,
resign.
It's coming, meatball. Karen will be free by tomorrow afternoon or Monday morning. And then it's all going to get exposed.
I feel like the
feds
chant
are
the whole
coming
world
in.
is watching will be good.
Yes, or we used to do Morrissey must go. Morrissey must go.
Morrissey, resign.
Morrissey, resign. Morrissey, resign.
Morrissey,
Morrissey, resign.
Boston police officer John O'Keefe will get justice, because I still believe there are good cops out there. I believe there is good FBI out there, and they're going to come for your big, fat, lying ass. This office holds people that murdered people.
The whole world is watching.
Bye, Bukaki. You're next. First it was Proctor, then you're next. Then Tully, then Fanning, and should I go down the list? You're all going to lose your job. You know why? Because the truth is going to come out. You can try to hire that rat bastard to cover your asses. It ain't going to happen. Morrissey, resign.
Morrissey, resign. Morrissey, resign. Morrissey, resign.
And I like to always end everything on a positive note, so free Karen Reed!
Free Karen Reed! Whoops. I just walked into a car. Okay.
Free Karen Reed! Justice for John!
Justice for John!
Justice for John!
Justice for Justin! Justice for Justin!
Justice for Sandra! Justice for Sandra! Justice for Sandra! And last but not least, we will get the answers to Enrique Delgado Garcia. Goodbye, meatball. Enjoy your night. We'll see you Saturday at the parade, asshole.
Woo! Thank you so much for joining. Goodbye.